This is Japan, a breathtaking country that beckons you to explore, discover, and fall in love with its timeless beauty. Your journey begins now. But wait, what about transportation? Tickets, money, tax-free shopping, Google Maps, language, things you shouldn't do, and other confusing things. Don't worry, I've got you covered. In this video, I'm going to cover all the things you need to know before you visit Japan so you can save time on confusing things and just start traveling like a pro. My number one tip is to fill out the form on the Visit Japan website before you fly to Japan to save time in the immigration process. I've put the link in my description so you can just click there for easy access. This way, you can save time just by scanning the QR code that you'll get after you fill out the online form. Otherwise, if you don't fill out the online form, they usually give you the paper form when you're on the plane or when you have arrived at the airport. You can take the paper form and fill it out there, which is a bit of a waste of time for me, and scanning is just much more convenient. Number 2 is to purchase an IC card. I advise getting an IC card at the start of your trip to Japan to ensure the smoothest possible transit across the country. These cards are rechargeable at ticket machines and convenience stores, and they can be used to ride the majority of public transportation in almost all major cities in the country. Additionally, many shops and restaurants around the country accept IC cards as a cashless payment method. But don't worry, English instructions are provided and it is pretty simple to get the cards from the ticket machines at the train station in Narita Airport or Kansai Airport. However, Suica cards are currently out of stock, so you need to buy an Icoca card, and it looks like this. Number 3, if you're planning to buy a Shinkansen ticket, I recommend you to buy it on the SmartX website. It is much cheaper to buy tickets on SmartX rather than any other traveling app like Klook. On the SmartX website, you can get a discount if you buy the ticket 28, 21, 7, or 3 days in advance, depending on what type of train tickets you are buying. There are 2 train classes. One is the ordinary class, which is the most affordable, and the other one is the grand class, if you are looking for a more comfortable experience. Both have reserved and non-reserved seats. If you want to know more about Shinkansen, the ticket price, the difference between Nozomi, Hikari, and Kodama, how to scan and print tickets, I have another video for that. You can click on the top right there or click the link in the description. Next is I would highly recommend getting a SIM card before traveling to Japan. There's an app called iRelo that uses one of our phone's eSIM features, but you have to check to see if your phone is compatible to use data. If you have an iPhone, you can check it in the settings and then go to cellular. If there is an add eSIM button, that means it's compatible. A data connection is very crucial, since I believe that most of us need to access Google Maps or another similar app. Next is to buy tickets online in advance. If you want to visit places like Universal Studios, Shibuya Sky, Disneyland, or TeamLab, I recommend you to buy your ticket online at least 1 month in advance because they sell out very fast. And you can use an app like Klook to buy your ticket online. You can click the link in my description to save some money when you're buying tickets on Klook. One thing you should know before traveling to Japan is that cash is very important. Even though a large portion of the nation is modern, it's quite likely that you may encounter shops, restaurants, and even tourist attractions that do not take credit cards and only accept cash. So make sure to have some cash in your wallet. Keep in mind that there are some manners that you should remember when you're traveling in Japan. First, Japan does not have a tipping culture, so just say thank you when you're done eating or shopping. Second, if you stay in an Airbnb, remember to take off your shoes before you enter the room. This also applies in some restaurants or when you want to try on clothes. You have to take off your shoes before entering the fitting room. Avoid eating in public or on the street because it's considered rude in Japan. Make sure not to speak too loudly when you're on public transportation. While I was there, everyone was just busy on their phones or sleeping, so it's important for us to respect them. Another thing that you should know is that most Japanese people don't speak English and they don't understand English, so please make their time easier by preparing Google Translate or other translator apps. They would appreciate it a lot, and in my experience, all of them are super friendly and would be very happy to help if you're lost. Preparing a translator app will also make your time easier because you can use the camera feature to translate menus or something like price list. Next is when you pay, make sure you put the money in the small tray they provide. In some places, mostly convenience stores, they have something like a machine where you can put your money and it will give you back your change automatically. My next tip is make sure to always carry your passport with you because some stores offer tax-free payments. And all you need to do is just show them your passport and they will deduct the tax. The only people who can shop tax-free are non-residents, such as foreign visitors. Non-resident means foreigners who have been in Japan for less than 6 months. However, the total of goods purchased at one store on the same day must be at least 5,000 yen to be able to shop tax-free. Next is you can use Google Maps to see which train you should take. Let's say you're going to Asakusa Temple. You can just type Asakusa Temple on your Google Maps and it will direct you to the nearest station along with the train schedule as well as the estimated cost. And don't worry, if you miss it, you can always hop on the next train. There are many people telling you that taxis are so expensive in Japan, but for me, it's very convenient to just use taxi to save some time and energy if your destination is only a 10 to 15 minute drive away. The taxi fare is 500 yen per kilometer and you can check it on Google Maps to see the distance and the estimated taxi cost. Although I didn't buy a JR Pass when I was traveling to Japan, I found out that buying a JR Pass can save some money and time if you need to take a lot of trains while you are traveling. This pass provides unlimited travel on JR trains for 1, 2, or 3 weeks, including Shinkansen. There are two varieties, ordinary and green car class. You can buy the JR Pass in a mobile app like Klook. In some popular restaurants or cafes such as Kirby Cafe and Pokemon Cafe, you are required to make a reservation first. Otherwise, you won't be able to get in. Although I couldn't get into the Kirby Cafe while I was there, I can still visit the Kirby Cafe stores that sell Kirby merchandise, so I was still pretty happy. This one is not really necessary but would make your experience a little bit better. There are some simple Japanese phrases that you can learn that might be useful for you. First is sumimasen, which means excuse me or sorry, and I think you would use this phrase quite often. Let's say you were trying to get off the train but there were too many people in the train, so you can use this phrase to tell them that you want to pass through. Second is arigatou gozaimasu, which means thank you, and I'm pretty sure you know when to use this. You can use this phrase whenever you want to thank someone, obviously. If you are planning to go to Tokyo, I recommend you to fly to Haneda Airport instead of Narita Airport. While Narita is located in Chiba Prefecture, approximately 80 kilometers from the center of Tokyo, Haneda is less than 20 kilometers from well-known tourist destinations like Shinjuku and Shibuya. You might be surprised because Japan is a very clean country, but there are not many trash bins in Japan. I think this is because Japanese people don't eat in the streets or outside of restaurants. That's most likely why. So I recommend you to have like a paper bag to collect your trash if you need to, and just throw it when you arrive at your hotel or when you find a trash bin. Please keep in mind that you have to separate burnable, non-burnable, paper, plastic, and PET bottles when you're throwing the trash. If you want to save some money, I recommend you to get food from the convenience stores. The food there is pretty affordable, obviously, if we compare it to restaurants, and they taste pretty good. Since I was staying in an Airbnb, I bought some water, a bag of rice, some bread, onigiri, and eggs, and it cost me around 3,000 yen. I also bought some chicken, which cost me around 500 yen each. But even if you don't want to save money, I still think you should experience Japan's popular convenience store food at least once in your life. Another thing that you should keep in mind is that hotels and Airbnbs in Japan are relatively small unless you book a family room, so make sure you don't bring too much luggage and bags. Or at least check other people's reviews first before booking, because they usually tell you if the hotel rooms are too small or if they think it won't fit for, let's say, 5 people. So always check reviews first. And that's it. I really recommend you to go to Japan at least once in your life because my experience was absolutely amazing. I literally thought to myself that I should plan another trip to Japan the moment I got home because I haven't visited some beautiful places like Hokkaido or Nagoya, but overall it was absolutely a pleasant experience. The places, the culture, the people, the food, the technology, everything. Let me know in the comment if you have any questions. If you could subscribe to my channel and like this video, it would make me the happiest. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.